I want you to evaluate this vocabulary book.
It's advanced English, right?
I do use those words.
But we hear them all the time.
Do you often use these words?
I would never say something like this.
どうもカズマです。僕はこの DUO 3.0 という教材を150週ぐらいしてきたんですけど、本当に多くのことを吸収することができたからこそ今があります。なので僕にとってはもう本当にまさに宝物と呼べる一冊です。そんな DUO に対する評価をネイティブ講師に聞いていこうと思います。では早速いきましょ
う。In this video, I want you to evaluate this vocabulary book.
Okay.
Yeah, this book consists of 560 example sentences that include so many important vocabulary and phrases. And I actually made full use of it. I'm gonna pick out an example sentence and I wanna know what is your impression of it, right?
All right, yeah, let's see.
While Bob was at work, Jennifer was at home, absorbed in silly soap operas. Does it sound natural?
It's advanced English, right? So if I was speaking with my friends, I would never say something like this because absorb is such an advanced vocabulary word.
I see. It's not weird, but you don't use it quite often.
Exactly, because it's almost too advanced, you know?
See. I can't put you up. For one thing, my dad drops in on me from time to time.
Yeah. This is natural. These are phrasal verbs, right? So this is using two really common phrasal verbs, to drop in on and to put someone up.
Okay.
These both are very common.
Do you often use put up, not stay?
Yeah, I think this is common.
Okay. Like casual phrase.
Yeah, absolutely. And for phrasal verbs, they're definitely used often.
Okay. Jane, please do me a favor and give me a ride to Times Square. I wish I could, but I'm tied up right now.
So do me a favor. That's definitely a natural phrase that you use with your friends, that you use with everyone. And I'm tied up right now. It's not used so often. You would probably say I'm busy right now.
Okay. Or very busy, you'd say.
Yeah, or very busy, exactly. But of course, tied up is a good synonym to know. It has the same meaning, but in natural speech, probably you would just say, I'm busy right now.
I see. That, like in the examination, like IELTS, you could use it.
Absolutely, yeah. For an exam, it would be a good expression to know, definitely.
Okay. So at last, please tell me your impression of these sentences that I said.
So I think what happens sometimes is, especially because Japanese and English are so different, the languages, and I think Japanese is a more probably beautiful language, a more poetic language, I think. So sometimes I think Japanese speakers use phrases that are poetic in English that we might not use. But these examples are good because they include phrasal verbs and they include expressions, which are important.
So you sometimes feel Japanese tend to use formal phrases in casual conversation.
Yeah. And this makes sense, right? Because I think Japanese language follows a hierarchy where when you speak to someone more importance.
Yeah.
But English is really basic compared to other languages, you know? We have less vocabulary. So sometimes Japanese speakers sound more professional than what you might be with friends.
That explains a lot.
In this video, I want you to evaluate this vocabulary book. This book consists of 560 example sentences that include so many important words and phrases. And I'm gonna pick out an example sentence and I wanna know what is the impression of it.
Sure.
Right?
Sounds good.
I'm of two minds whether to apply for the scholarship or not. Give it a try. Does it sound natural?
Yeah, I'm of two minds. Definitely, this is a very common one. Maybe I feel like most people would understand this one. You're uncertain. You're not sure what decision to make.
So I also want to better understand the context. So it would be great if you could make an example sentence with I'm of two minds.
I am in two minds about the new movie. On one hand, I thought the acting was great. On the other, I feel like it was very different from the original book. You know, you're kind of undecided how you feel about this movie that you saw.
You should make the most of this rare opportunity to demonstrate your talent.
Yeah, make the most of something,
Yeah.
or make the most out of something.
Out of.
You might also hear, you know, somebody saying, you know, make the most out of it. Like, you know, enjoy the experience or the situation to the best of your ability. I am visiting Madrid for just one day, so I want to make the most out of it. Like, you know, I'm just here for, you know, one day, no more. So I want to see and experience as much as I can.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I saw an alien and then it vanished. Give me a break.
Yeah, also very natural.
Can you use believe it or not in formal situation?
Basically, you know, we use this when we want to express excitement or you know, surprise or even like kind of disbelief.
Like, believe it or not, I won the lottery. Like that?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, it's something surprising and maybe something rare or unexpected.
At last, what is your impression of it?
This is kind of a great exercise. We have so many kind of idioms and expressions and you know, phrases like this that are not necessarily taught, you know, in schools or, you know, in a kind of formal education setting.
Yeah.
You know, but we hear them all the time. You know, we hear them in TV shows and movies and, you know, social media. So I think it's really good to kind of bring, you know, more awareness to these idioms and expressions. They really take your speaking abilities to that next level. Yeah, this is a really good exercise, I think.
I see. I'm glad to hear that. Like, I think when you memorize vocabularies or phrases, like you should, you know, practice example sentence.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you don't get the context.
I agree.
Oh, in this video, I want you to evaluate this book. And this book consists of very important words and phrases. And I actually made full use of it. And I'm gonna pick out an example sentence from this. And I wanna know what is the impression of it, all right?
Okay.
This article contains tips for those who are eager to increase their vocabulary.
Yeah, that sounds natural to me.
Okay.
It sounds very useful as well.
Okay, and do you often use these phrases or words?
I mean, as a tutor, I do use those words because we learn about daily news and, you know, articles and vocabulary. So I do use those specific words.
And I also want to know the context where these words are used. So it would be great if you could make an example sentence with, let's say, eager.
Okay. So you can say, he's eager to learn.
Okay. That one is kind of similar to this example sentence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that's probably the most common use people use it for.
I don't think those pants look good on you. Try these on. They're really in now.
Yeah, that sounds natural to me.
And do you often use these words? Like look good on you or they're really in now?
So they look good on. I do. Because I'm a girl and, you know, we love fashion. And so I do use that one quite often. But I don't really say they're in now. I'm not really a trend follower. So I don't really care if something's in.
Okay.
But it is commonly used. So I don't use it, but it is commonly used.
Okay, so at last, what is your impression of these sentences?
Well, I think that they give you variety, so they do teach you some words through easy examples, so it's easy to understand them.
Yeah.
So-
As I said, this sentence includes a lot of important phrases and vocabulary. So if you practice, sentences, you can learn many vocabulary at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
インタビュー後の感想を話す前にお知らせです。僕の公式 LINE では瞬間英作文教材例文700本を無料でプレゼントしています。この教材は僕がゼロから英語を学んできた経験から必要だと思う英文法、基礎英語を盛り込んであります。概要欄からぜひ受け取ってください。デュオに対するネイティブ講師の評価なんですけど、全体的にポジティブな声が多くて安心しました。やっぱり英語って単語を学ぶにも文法を学ぶにも例文で覚えていかないとなかなか使えるものとして定着していかないよなって改めて実感しました。そしてここまで見ていただいているあなたに一番大事なメッセージをお伝えします。ぶっちゃけ一つの教材をやり込むのはすごく地味ですし時間もかかります。しかしその効果というのはもう抜群です。今はなかなか大変で成長を感じられなくてもいつか花咲く時が必ず来ます。そのある時に備えてコツコツ継続をしていきましょう。今回の動画が少しでも参考になった、面白かったよという方は高評価をお願いします。というわけでいいイングリッシュライフを。じゃあ。